acaricia mi ensueño el suave murmullo de tu suspirar. Como ríe la vida si tus ojos negros me quieren mirar. Y si es mío el amparo de tu risa leve, que es como un cantar, ella quieta mi herida, todo se olvida. El día en que me quieras, la rosa que engalana se vestirá de fiesta con su mejor color. Al viento las campanas dirán que ya eres mío, y locas las fontanas me contarán tu amor. La noche que me quieras, desde el azul del cielo, las estrellas celosas nos mirarán pasar, y un rayo misterioso hará nido en tu pelo. Luciérnaga curiosa que verá que eres mi consuelo. El día que me quieras, no habrá más que armonías. Será clara la aurora y alegre el manantial. Traerá quieta la brisa rumor de melodías, y nos darán las fuentes su canto de cristal. El día que me quieras, endulzará sus cuerdas el pájaro cantor. Florecerá la vida, no existirá el dolor. La noche que me quieras, desde el azul del cielo, las estrellas celosas nos mirarán pasar, y un rayo misterioso hará nido en tu pelo. Luciérnaga curiosa que verá que eres mi consuelo.
And that was Carlos Gardel's El día en que me quieras, the day in which you love me. I hope you liked it as much as I do. Now we're going to move a little bit up and around. We're going to visit Chile now. Not Chile, Chile. One is a food and the other one is a country. And darn it, I want Chile now. God darn it, why do I do this to myself? In any case, we're going to talk about a singer-songwriter, a female singer-songwriter, Violeta Parra, who was born in 1917, died in 1967 in Santiago de Chile. She was a composer, a folklorist, a folk singer, ethnomusicologist, social activist, best known as the founder of the politically inflected Nueva Canción, or New Song movement. She painted, she wrote poetry, she sculpted, she wove arpilleras, which are folk tapestries. and her most famous song, Gracias a la Vida, Thanks to Life, endures throughout the West as a beloved and poignant folk song. Being an activist, of course, meant, especially in Chile at that time, meant that she would run afoul of many enemies. Nueva Canción kind of stood as an emblem of the social, economical, and politically marginalized peoples of Latin America and their struggle for justice. And her music and art often served as a critique of the elite of Chilean society, as well as the church and the military, all of whom she held responsible for the social and economic plight of Chile's disenfranchised poor. In 1954, having been awarded what was referred to as the Chilean Oscar at the Caupolicán Theater for her new music, Parra was invited to Poland to play at a youth festival. She popularized her music as she traveled throughout Europe and the Soviet Union, and she finally settled down in Paris for 2 years, where she recorded many, many albums. But her stay was cut short by the sudden death of her youngest daughter, and she returned to Chile in 1956. In 1957, she met with folk singer Victor Jara and inspired the young artist to join the movement. Both artists strongly supported Salvador Allende's early bids for Chilean presidency, and Parra maintained ties with members of Chile's parties. And unfortunately, she committed suicide at the age of 49 while living in a tent in the outskirts of Santiago. She wrote an enormous amount of songs. Most of them are, at turns, enlightening, heartbreaking, lighthearted, but always very sincere and very deeply felt. This was one of the last songs she composed, and one of her most famous ones, called Gracias a la Vida, Thanks to Life. And the text is in the concert notes. So without further ado, I will go ahead and perform Violeta Parra's Gracias a la Vida.
Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me dio dos luceros que cuando los abro perfecto distingo lo negro del blanco y en el alto cielo su fondo estrellado. Y en las multitudes el hombre que yo amo. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado el oído que en todo su ancho graba noche y día, grillos y canarios, martillos, turbinas, ladridos, chubascos y la voz tan tierna de mi bien amado. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado el sonido y el abecedario, con él las palabras que pienso y declaro, madre, amigo, hermano y luz alumbrando la ruta del alma del que estoy amando. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado la marcha de mis pies cansados, con ellos anduve ciudades y charcos, playas, desiertos, montañas y llanos, y la casa tuya, tu calle y tu patio. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me dio el corazón que agita su marco cuando miro el fruto del cerebro humano, cuando miro el bueno tan lejos del malo, cuando miro el fondo de tus ojos claros. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado la risa, me ha dado el llanto, y así yo distingo dicha de quebranto, los dos materiales que forman mi canto, y el canto de ustedes que es el mismo canto, y el canto de todos que es mi propio canto. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto.
And that was Violeta Parra's Gracias a la Vida. Thank you to life. Okay. I accidentally opened up my inventory, but that's what I wanted to do in any case. So, we're in Chile now. And let me know what you think of any of these songs, because so many of them are the songs that I grew up with. So in many ways, in a way, I'm kind of rehashing my childhood, some of the songs that my mother used to play for me. She was a huge Violeta Parra fan. And I might do a Violeta Parra concert. I mean, you guys already know that I have a ton of concerts in mind. But hey, look, I'm doing them. So this next one, for this one, we are going to go to my birth country. We are going to visit Ecuador. And in Ecuador, we have some composers of note, but perhaps preeminent among those is the next composer, Gerardo Guevara. Mr. Guevara, he was born in Quito. So, brief lesson about Ecuador. Ecuador is about 260,000 square kilometers. So it's a teeny, tiny, itty-bitty country compared to most United States states. I think you can put maybe 2 Ecuadors in Colorado, maybe. That's a fun exercise to try to do. But despite its incredibly small territory comparatively, it has an enormous amount of geographic and biological diversity. You have the coast, which is where I was born. I am a beach boy, which is why we are up to our ears in salt water right now. But you also have the desert. You have the tundra. You have the highlands. You have the mountains, the Cotopaxi. You've got the Andes, Cordilleras. We have a city, Quito, which I think is about 9,000 or 10,000 feet above sea level, which is higher than almost every city and town in Colorado. And that's where the capital of the country is, Quito. We also have, of course, the jungle. So in a short trek through our territory, you can find just about almost anything except, of course, North American forest type. You'll get rainforest, but, if you want cute pines and things of that sort, you're not going to find them there. In any case, so Quito, 9,000 feet up there. That's where Gerardo Guevara was born. And he showed an ability with music at an early age. His father was a caretaker at the National Conservatory, and conservatory in the rest of the world, and in some parts in the United States, is the school where you go to learn music. In the United States, it's kind of been merged into university sometimes, or they're just called School of Music, but you do have some conservatories here as well. In any case, so Guevara used to eavesdrop on the music dictations that were given to older children, and he sometimes would shout the answers before running away. So he was bright, and he was also a little shit. And when he was 15, he finally started studying composition, and he then went to, with a UNESCO grant in 1959, he got to go to Paris, where he studied with a very important teacher. Those of you who heard me talk about Astor Piazzolla will remember this name, Nadia Boulanger, who was a teacher at l'École Normale de Musique de Paris. So, Nadia Boulanger, if you will remember, she was one of the most important music teachers of her generation, composer and pedagogue. She essentially taught some of the greatest composers in her generation, and conductors like Daniel Barenboim, but also Aaron Copland, John Eliot Gardner, Philip Glass, Roy Harris, Quincy Jones, Astor Piazzolla, Virgil Thomson, George Walker. All of them studied with Nadia Boulanger. So this woman was a big deal. She was essentially considered as the composer maker. And little Gerardo Guevara, coming from Ecuador, which is as backwards in Latin America as you can get, because my country just has issues. It had issues. So he studies with Nadia Boulanger, and he graduates and becomes a very important composer in Ecuador. His work combines native music with contemporary classical techniques. And he has this incredible gift for always making it melodious. A lot of contemporary classical music tends to be more cerebral and not concern itself with melody as much, which I don't like because ain't nobody gonna remember that. I'm sorry. We think in words and we sing in melodies. And that's how we work. But he wrote a lot of pasillos. Pasillos is, they're one of the folkloric typical songs in Ecuador, and it's essentially take a waltz and then slow it down. Yes, Samantha, melody is life. So take a waltz and then slow it down and make it a little bit more hoppy, and that's a pasillo. And some musicologists have I'm not entirely sure this is fully accurate, but from what I have understood is the pasillo was developed by the autochthonous people of Ecuador, which at one point was a Spanish territory, an occupied Spanish territory until the independence, etc. But who used to listen in or worked at estates where you had the European nobility and their vicomtes and all that stuff, and they would play their elegant waltzes, and they took that music and they kind of adapted it into their own, and that's kind of how the pasillo was developed according to one of the sources. But scholarship in Ecuador is still very much bare bones today insofar as musicological research. So that's what I have heard. That is something I cannot fully confirm. So take it with a grain of salt. In any case, there's a reason I chose this particular composer, Gerardo Guevara, because I have met him. He is in his 80s now. But when I was a child, we also had one important opera singer in all of Ecuador. Her name was Beatriz Parra, and she also, through a UNESCO grant, got to go and study in a Russian conservatory at the St. Petersburg Conservatory, where she studied under Nina Dorliak, the wife of Sviatoslav Richter. Big deals. And she came out a world-class coloratura soprano. And she had a massive career all over the world, and then she came back to Ecuador to teach. And that was my first voice teacher. And Maestro Guevara was very fond of my voice teacher, and he composed a lot of pasillos and songs dedicated to her. And so the one I'm going to sing, if I recall correctly, is one of the ones that he dedicated to her, Despedida, farewell. And once again, you can click on the side of the stage to get the translations for what I'll be singing, because this is a lovely pasillo. It's one of the things I love to sing of his. So without further ado, Despedida.
Adiós, amor. Adiós, querida. Te dejo esta canción de amor y en ella mi vida. Te dejo esta canción de amor y en ella mi vida. Mis ojos llorarán por tus negros ojos, mis labios sufrirán la ausencia de tus besos y seguiré viviendo y viviré soñando. Y soñaré en el beso que vuelva a encontrarnos. Adiós, amor, te llevaré en mi alma prendida. Te dejo esta canción de amor y en ella mi vida. Mis ojos llorarán por tus negros ojos, mis labios sufrirán la ausencia de tus besos y seguiré viviendo y viviré soñando. Y soñaré en el beso que vuelva a encontrarnos. Adiós, amor, te llevaré en mi alma prendida. Te dejo esta canción de amor y en ella mi vida.
Thank you, Selena. I didn't see you in. I've got my... Oops. not going into the second track. I didn't see you there. I've got my camera strictly focused in a very specific place because performances in Second Life is you just park your camera and think of England. Because, anything can happen. One thing, this song is very, very, brings up a lot of memories. It was one of my favorite songs that my mother liked to play on her guitar. Speaking of that, my mother's birthday is actually going to be on the 17th of this month. She won't be celebrating it because we lost her 6 years ago to cancer in October. But what's going to happen on the 17th of February is that I will be a contestant in the Varro Voice, which is one of Second Life's largest vocal competition. It's huge. And the taping of the first episode is on the 17th of this month. Also, I am the first furry to compete in this competition in the 5 years it has been running. And the showrunners are pretty thrilled about that. They want people to know about this show in the furry community because I know that a lot of people in the furry community don't step outside of those bubbles that time. So I want to ask you to let people know about this competition. And it is a voted competition, so you can vote online when the episodes go online, but you can also attend in the audience and you will vote as part of the audience. In order to do that, if you look at the left of the stage, you can see the kiosk. You can buy tickets to attend to the tapings. They have to sell tickets because the Sims get packed very quickly. And if you're interested in reading more about the competition, I am putting the link in the chat right now so you can take a look and you can see the hilarious picture of all the contestants with me sticking out like a sore thumb. Well, I always stick out like a sore thumb anyways. But, why don't you come and let your friends know that this is going on and that, for the first time ever, a furry is competing in a major vocal competition in Second Life, because I think that would be... I don't sparkle like glitter and be gay. Now there's a song I need to sing here. But in any case, I wanted to let you know about this so you guys could make plans if you want to attend, because it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think they're quite ready for me and all the extra that I bring. But, we'll see about that. So now I'm going to move us to Spain. And there was a group in the 60s and 70s, they're still around today, called Mocedades, which just means youth. And they wrote a song for the Eurovision Song Contest in 1973. And this song called Eres Tú, It Is You, was their most popular song ever. They have great songs, like Maite Chumia. That one is a folk song, but they've got Tómame o Déjame, etc. But Eres Tú is one of their most popular, and it was one of the few songs in Spanish that was in the top 10s in the United States. It reached number 1 at the Billboard Hot 100 in 1974, and it is just this absolutely gorgeous love song. And thank you, darling. And so I want to sing it for you. For Mocedades, Eres Tú. It would help. It would really, really help if I had my microphone on when I was singing. Give me 1 second. I leaned back, and I don't know why I disconnected my microphone. So, give me 1 second. I just need to rewind the track. Okay. Let's try that again. Don't worry, we'll fix it in post. There we go.
Como una promesa eres tú, como una mañana de verano, como una sonrisa eres tú, así eres tú. Toda mi esperanza eres tú, como lluvia fresca en mis manos, como fuerte brisa eres tú, así eres tú. Eres tú, como el agua de mi fuente. Eres tú, el fuego de mi hogar. Algo así eres tú. Algo así como el fuego de mi hoguera. Algo así eres tú, mi vida. Algo así eres tú. Como mi poema eres tú, como una guitarra en la noche. Todo mi horizonte eres tú, así eres tú. Eres tú, como el agua de mi fuente. Eres tú, el fuego de mi hogar. Algo así eres tú. Algo así como el fuego de mi hoguera. Algo así eres tú, mi vida, así eres tú.
And now my second song would also be Mocedades, Tómame o Déjame, which is a love song, but it's written from the point of view of a woman whose husband or boyfriend is not being faithful to her, but is not willing to admit that yet. And she begs him, if you're going to leave me, bring my rival so that I at least have the freedom to cry.
Tómame o déjame, pero no me pidas que te crea más. Cuando llegas tarde a casa no tienes por qué inventar, pues tu ropa huele a leña de otro hogar. Tómame o déjame, si no estoy despierto déjame soñar. No me beses en la frente, sabes que te oí llegar y tu beso sabe a culpabilidad. Tú me admiras porque callo y miro al cielo, porque no me ves llorar y te sientes cada día más pequeño y esquivas mi mirada en tu mirada. Tómame, oh déjame. Ni te espío, ni te quito libertad, pero si dejas el nido, si me vas a abandonar, hazlo antes de que empiece a clarear. Tú me admiras porque callo y miro al cielo, porque no me ves llorar y te sientes cada día más pequeño y esquivas mi mirada en tu mirar. Tómame, oh déjame, y si vuelves trae contigo la verdad. Trae erguida la mirada, trae contigo a mi rival. Si es mejor que yo, podré entonces llorar.
Now the hour is running near, so without further ado, let's do a little song from Colombia, or written by, should I really tell you about this? You'll know exactly what it is. And I guarantee you this song, if you've seen the movie, will probably make you cry. It'll probably make me cry too. I just have to try to sing through it. So, without further ado, I won't even tell you what this is. You will know it immediately.
Dos oruguitas enamoradas pasan sus noches y madrugadas llenas de hambre. Siguen andando y navegando un mundo que cambia y sigue cambiando. Navegando un mundo que cambia y sigue cambiando. Dos oruguitas paran el viento mientras se abrazan con sentimiento. Siguen creciendo, no saben cuándo buscar algún rincón. El tiempo sigue cambiando, inseparables son. El tiempo sigue cambiando. Ay, oruguitas, no se aguanten más. Hay que crecer aparte y volver hacia adelante. Seguirás, vienen milagros, vienen crisálidas. Hay que partir y construir su propio futuro. Ay, oruguitas, no se aguanten más. Hay que crecer aparte y volver hacia adelante. Seguirás, vienen milagros, vienen crisálidas. Hay que partir y construir su propio futuro. Dos oruguitas desorientadas en dos capullos bien abrigadas con sueños nuevos Ya solo falta hacer lo necesario en el mundo que sigue cambiando, tumbando sus paredes. Ahí viene nuestro milagro. Ay, mariposas, no se aguanten más. Hay que crecer aparte y volver hacia adelante. Seguirás, ya son milagros, rompiendo crisalinas. Hay que volar, hay que encontrar su propio futuro. Ay, mariposas, no se aguanten más. Hay que crecer aparte y volver hacia adelante. Seguirás, ya son milagros, rompiendo crisalinas. Hay que volar, hay que encontrar su propio futuro. Ay, mariposas, no se aguanten más. Hay que crecer aparte y volver hacia adelante. Seguirán, ya son milagros. Ay, rompiendo ya. Hay que volar, hay que encontrar su propio futuro.
And now, I want you all to look at what is floating above you. You see that dance ball? Well, I'm going to ask to get your butts off the seat and choose a dance, because there is no way in Tartarus that you will be able to hear the following song and not dance. This song, in Portuguese, chorando se foi. Crying, he went away. It's a song by French-Brazilian pop group Kaoma. It featured the guest vocalist of Brazilian vocalist Loalwa Braz, and it was released as a first single from Kaoma's 1989 album, World Beat. The accompanying music video, filmed on Cocos Beach in the city of Trancoso in the Brazilian state of Bahia, featured the child duo Chico and Roberta. This song, whose title means the abandoned one, was regarded as one of the most successful European singles in the history of CBS Records, with sales of, remember, this is 1986, 1.8 million copies in France alone and more than 4 million across Europe. Overall, this song sold 5 million copies worldwide in 1989 alone. And according to the New York Times, however, there was an issue. This is not an original song. It is an adaptation. It is an adaptation from a Peruvian song, an Andean trio by the Charcas, and Kaoma did not credit them for their cover, leading to a successful plagiarism lawsuit. I'm, of course, talking about the Lambada, and without further ado, let's go into it.
Só me fez chorar. Chorando se foi, que dia só me fez chorar. Chorando estará ao lembrar teu amor, que dia não supe cuidar. Chorando estará ao lembrar teu amor, que dia não supe cuidar. A recordação vai estar com ele aonde for. A recordação vai estar para sempre aonde for. Dança, sol e mar, guardarei no lar. O amor faz perder e encontrar. Lambada estarei ao lembrar que esse amor por dia, instante foi rei. esta comédia onde for. A recorda salva está para sempre onde for. Chorando estará a lembrar teu amor que dia não soube cuidar. Canção e dor, melodia de amor, momento que fica no ar. Chorando estará a lembrar teu amor que dia não soube cuidar. Canção e dor, melodia de amor, momento que fica no ar. Ai, 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 dançando lambada.
And the dance party is not over. Let's finish this. This is a song that I didn't like at first, but it's grown on me after I started singing it. So keep on dancing because
sabes que ya tengo un rato mirándote. Tengo que bailar contigo hoy. Vi que tu mirada ya estaba llamándome. Muéstrame el camino que yo voy. Tú eres el imán y yo soy el metal. Me voy acercando y voy armando el plan. Solo con pensarlo se acelera el pulso. Ya me está gustando más de lo normal. Todos mis sentidos van pidiendo más. Esto hay que tomarlo sin ningún apuro. Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído para que te acuerdes si estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte besos despacito. Firmar las paredes de tu laberinto y hacerle tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito. Quiero ver bailar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo. Que le enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos. Déjame sobrepasar tus zonas de peligro hasta provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido. Si te pido un beso, ven, dámelo. Yo sé que estás pensándolo, llevo tiempo intentándolo. En mami estando dándolo. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo te hace bam bam. Sabes que esa bebé está buscando de mi bomba. Me prueba de mi boca para ver cómo te sabe. Quiero ver cuánto amor a ti te cabe. Yo no tengo prisa, yo me quiero dar el viaje. Empezamos lento, después salvaje. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Cuando tú me besas con esa destreza, yo que eres malicia con delicadeza. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Y es que esa belleza es un rompecabezas. Para mostrarlo aquí tengo la pieza. Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte besos despacito. Firmar las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer que tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito. Quiero ver bailar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo. Que le enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos. Déjame sobrepasar tus zonas de peligro hasta provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido. Despacito, vamos a hacerlo en una playa en Puerto Rico, hasta que las olas griten, ay bendito, para que mi sello se quede contigo. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito, nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Cuando tú me besas con esa destreza, veo que me es malicia con delicadeza. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito, nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Y te olvides tu apellido, despacito.
And with that, our concert comes to an end today. I hope you had fun. Once again, I want to thank the Varro Theater for hosting me here tonight. There will be another concert. Well, actually, next Saturday I will take a break, Crixus, because it is the day of the Viral Voice. So I will be at the taping and I'll probably be tired after that. But I will be coming back the Saturday after with a selection still for February for love songs. I think I might be do France then. So if you enjoyed today, go ahead and join my group. Click on